Imagine opening your eyes each morning with a quiet certainty in your heart, a knowing that today is not just another day, but a fresh opportunity. An opportunity to rise above the ordinary and move deliberately toward fortune. Success, you see, is not reserved for a chosen few. It is not the reward of luck, nor is it handed only to those born with rare talent. Success is shaped by the decisions you make daily, the habits you repeat, the thoughts you allow to dominate your mind, and the actions you take with consistency. Today, we begin a powerful journey. A journey through 5 essential steps that separate the average from the extraordinary. When practiced with discipline and unwavering determination, these steps can carry you from where you stand today to the life you envision tomorrow. The first and most critical step is mastering your mindset. Your mind is either your greatest ally or your most relentless opponent. History has proven this truth time and again. It is not intelligence alone, nor endless labor, that distinguishes those who achieve greatness from those who remain ordinary. The defining difference lies in how they think. Consider Henry Ford, a man who dared to challenge impossibility itself. When Ford pursued the creation of the revolutionary V8 engine, his own engineers resisted him. They insisted it could not be done with the tools and knowledge of the time. But Ford refused to accept limitation as truth. He did not lower his vision. Instead, he demanded persistence. Again and again, he instructed his team to keep working, to keep searching, to keep believing. And eventually, persistence yielded results. The Ford V8 engine was born, transforming the automobile industry forever. This story reveals a timeless principle. When the mind remains disciplined, focused, and unwavering, even the impossible begins to bend. Ford's success did not come from superior resources alone, but from unshakable belief. Now consider 2 individuals with similar talents, similar opportunities, and similar beginnings. One rises, turning obstacles into stepping stones. The other remains trapped in mediocrity, burdened by doubt. The difference is mindset, the inner compass that governs how each person interprets challenges and responds to life. Most people drift through existence reacting to circumstances. They allow external events to control their emotions, their energy, and their decisions. They become spectators of their own lives. But those who rise above the average take command of their mental world. They deliberately shape their thoughts, condition their beliefs, and direct their emotions toward meaningful goals. Your mind is like fertile soil. Every thought is a seed. Plant fear, doubt, and negativity, and your mental garden becomes overrun with weeds that choke growth. Plant confidence, discipline, and belief, and you cultivate strength, resilience, and opportunity. The mind is flexible, constantly shaped by the thoughts you repeatedly entertain. You are the guardian of this mental landscape. Each thought either strengthens or weakens you. Doubt and fear quietly destroy ambition. When you tell yourself, "I can't," or "it's impossible," you build invisible walls that hold you back before you ever begin. But when your mind asks, "How can I?" or affirms that solutions exist, doors open where others see none. Setbacks become lessons. Challenges become teachers. Every fortune ever created began as a thought, a vision, a belief held with persistence. These achievements were not accidents. They were the result of disciplined thinking and unwavering faith in one's own power. They learned to see opportunity where others saw only impossible barriers. When doubt surrounded them and criticism echoed loudly, they trained their minds to stand firm. These remarkable individuals understood a profound truth: the greatest victories are first won in the mind before they ever appear in the physical world. If you truly wish to move from average to fortune, mastery of your mindset must come first. Begin by becoming aware of your inner dialogue. The moment you hear yourself say, "I can't," stop immediately and replace it with a more powerful question: "How can I?" This single shift moves your mind from limitation to possibility. "How can I?" activates creativity. It awakens the subconscious mind and directs it to search for solutions instead of excuses. Remember, once the mind expands through a new idea, it can never shrink back to its former size. Every positive thought stretches your potential. Over time, you construct a solid inner foundation of belief, discipline, and confidence that supports every future success. Daily mental conditioning is essential. Just as muscles weaken without use, the mind deteriorates without nourishment. Feed it daily with books, ideas, and conversations that elevate your thinking. Choose your environment wisely. Surround yourself with people who reflect the qualities you desire to develop. Guard your mind carefully, because negativity and constant criticism are weeds that grow quickly and choke ambition before it has a chance to flourish. Visualization is another powerful instrument in shaping your mindset. See your goals clearly. Picture them vividly. Feel the emotions of achievement as if success has already arrived. The subconscious mind responds to emotion, not logic. It does not distinguish between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. When you visualize consistently, you program your mind to accept success as inevitable, and your actions naturally begin aligning with that belief. Affirmations strengthen this conditioning. Speak them regularly. Declare statements such as, "I am capable. I am resilient. I create solutions. Success flows to me." At first, these words may feel unfamiliar or uncomfortable, but repetition embeds them deeply into your subconscious, reshaping your self-image and guiding your behavior in powerful ways. Mastering your mindset also requires embracing challenges. A positive mindset does not avoid hardship. It welcomes it. Growth is forged under pressure. Adopt the belief that every difficulty carries within it the seed of equal or greater benefit. When you see obstacles as opportunities in disguise, setbacks transform into stepping stones. Finally, cultivate gratitude. Gratitude is the sunlight of the mind. It nourishes every positive thought you plant. When you regularly acknowledge what you already have, you create an abundance mindset that attracts more of what you appreciate. Gratitude shifts your focus from scarcity to possibility. Your mindset determines your direction. It is the single most critical factor in your journey from average to extraordinary. The empowering truth is this: you control it. Every thought is a choice. Every belief is an opportunity. Every disciplined mindset becomes a bridge to fortune. Belief over doubt. Plant these seeds daily, nurture them consistently, and soon you will stand in a thriving forest of opportunity, wealth, and fulfillment. This is the true power of the mind. Step 2. Set goals that scare you. Those who remain average aim for comfort. They choose safety. They settle for predictability. But those who build fortunes, those who leave a lasting mark on history, set goals that unsettle them. Goals that stretch them. Goals that demand growth. A powerful goal should excite you, but it should also make you uncomfortable. If your goals do not make your heart race or your hands sweat, you are aiming too low. The difference between the average and the extraordinary is not dreaming. Everyone dreams. The difference is commitment. Commitment means attaching deadlines to your dreams. It means breaking massive ambitions into small, non-negotiable daily actions. A dream without a plan is merely a wish, and a goal without action is only fantasy. Imagine setting a goal to earn $1 million. At first, it feels overwhelming. But break it down. What does that mean this year? This month? Today? When you divide a large goal into daily steps, the mountain no longer looks impossible. You stop staring at the peak and focus on the next step. This is how success is built. Brick by brick. Day by day. No one wakes up successful overnight. Every achievement is the result of persistence, setbacks, adjustments, and relentless forward motion. Success is not a single moment of triumph. It is the accumulation of disciplined actions taken consistently over time. Most people fail here because they depend on motivation. Motivation fades. Discipline endures. Real success comes from showing up long after excitement disappears. It comes from doing the work even when you don't feel like it. That is the dividing line between those who succeed and those who only dream. Small, consistent steps always outperform dramatic but unsustainable leaps. Great achievers build systems. They rely on habits, not moods. Writers write daily. Athletes train regardless of emotion. Successful entrepreneurs act consistently, not conditionally. So choose a goal that excites and frightens you at the same time, then build a system that moves you toward it every single day. Fear will appear. It always does. Fear is not a warning to stop. It is a signal that growth is near. High achievers do not avoid fear. They use it. They recognize that fear and excitement are born from the same energy. Instead of retreating, they move forward. And failure? Failure is not the enemy. It is feedback. Every failure teaches. Every mistake refines strategy. The only true failure is quitting. History proves this truth again and again. Those who succeed are not those who avoid failure, but those who learn from it and continue moving forward. Avoiding failure is the surest way to avoid success, because success is nothing more than failure refined. Every great achievement is built upon lessons learned from repeated setbacks. So here is your challenge. Choose one goal. One bold goal. A goal that excites you and unsettles you at the same time. Then break it down. What must you do this year? This month? This week? Today? Once the plan is clear, commit to it. Not for a day. Not for a week. Commit for as long as it takes. Success is not luck. It is not talent. It is consistency. It is resilience. It is the refusal to settle. The world does not reward those who play it safe. It rewards those who push beyond comfort, who act when no one is watching, who keep moving when progress feels slow and invisible. You do not need to be the smartest. You do not need to be the most gifted. But you must be the most committed. Face the goal. Step 3. Develop relentless self-discipline. Here is a hard truth most people avoid. The majority already know what they need to do to succeed. They simply do not do it. They allow emotions to control their actions. I don't feel like working today. I don't feel like starting. I'll do it tomorrow. These are the quiet excuses that slowly destroy potential. Comfort whispers, and mediocrity follows. Success does not operate on feelings. It does not care if you are tired, uninspired, or uncomfortable. Success rewards discipline. Discipline is the ability to do what must be done, even when every part of you resists. The most successful athletes, leaders, and entrepreneurs do not rely on motivation. Motivation is temporary. Discipline is permanent. Motivation comes and goes. Discipline stays. If your progress depends on how you feel, your results will always be inconsistent. And inconsistency is the enemy of greatness. Discipline is what allows you to show up day after day, regardless of mood, circumstances, or excuses. Discipline is not something you are born with. It is built. Like a muscle, it grows stronger every time you use it. The first time you act against your emotions, it feels difficult. But each time you follow through, you reinforce control over your mind. Eventually, discipline becomes part of who you are. It becomes your foundation. Repetition is the cornerstone of discipline. Every disciplined action strengthens your identity. Over time, habits shape character, and character determines destiny. The real question is this: are you controlling your habits, or are your habits controlling you? Most people live on autopilot. They wake up, scroll endlessly, procrastinate, and repeat the same routines, unaware that these daily patterns are shaping an average future. Awareness is the first step to change. Once you see the pattern, you gain the power to rewrite it. Talent alone is worthless without discipline. Intelligence without action produces nothing. Potential without execution fades into regret. The difference between those who achieve greatness and those who do not is consistency. Discipline means showing up when it is boring, when there is no applause, when progress feels slow, when quitting seems easier. There will be days your mind tells you to stop, to rest, to delay. But tomorrow is a dangerous illusion. Tomorrow becomes next week. Next week becomes next year. And suddenly, life has passed you by. Discipline breaks that cycle. Start small. Discipline is not built through massive overnight change. It is built through small promises kept daily. Wake up when you say you will. Finish what you start. Push one more rep. Take one more step. These small victories compound into unstoppable momentum. Remove the option to quit. The most successful people do not negotiate with their emotions. They structure their lives so discipline becomes automatic. Shape your environment to support your goals. Remove distractions. Limit negative influences. Surround yourself with focus, clarity, and purpose. Embrace discomfort. Growth lives there. Every time you push beyond comfort, you expand your capacity. Discipline is choosing long-term fulfillment over short-term relief. Take ownership of your life. No one is coming to save you. No one will do the work for you. The perfect moment does not exist. Only now does. Success is simple, but it is not easy. Do the work. Stay consistent. Show up daily. Discipline is a choice. A choice to rise above mediocrity. A choice to build something meaningful. And discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Step 4. Surround yourself with excellence. You will never rise above the standards of the people you keep around you. This is not opinion. It is human nature. Your environment shapes your thinking, your habits, and your beliefs. Whether you realize it or not, you become the average of those you spend the most time with. If you surround yourself with individuals who complain, settle, and justify failure, their mindset will quietly influence yours. You will begin to accept their excuses as reasonable, their limitations as normal, their lack of ambition as practical. Mediocrity becomes contagious. But when you surround yourself with disciplined, driven, growth-oriented individuals, something powerful happens. Their standards elevate yours. Their habits challenge you. Their belief expands your vision of what is possible. Excellence is learned through proximity. You do not rise by chance. You rise by association. Choose carefully who has access to your time, your energy, and your mind. Because the people you walk with today determine the direction you walk tomorrow. Your own drive will slowly fade if you remain surrounded by those who accept the status quo. Ambition weakens in complacent environments. This principle applies to every area of life. Individuals who lack hunger, discipline, and vision, you will find it nearly impossible to develop those qualities within yourself. Human beings are imitators by nature. We unconsciously adopt the behaviors, attitudes, and beliefs of those around us. Spend time with people who procrastinate, make excuses, and refuse responsibility, and you will eventually mirror those habits. Not because you are incapable of more, but because repeated exposure shapes expectation. The opposite is equally true. When you place yourself among people who are driven, focused, and committed to growth, you are forced to rise. Their standards become a mirror. Their discipline challenges your excuses. Their results expose the areas where you have been settling. This is not competition. This is transformation through exposure. Once you see what is possible, small thinking becomes uncomfortable. Success is not only about what you know. It is about who influences you. Information is everywhere. Anyone can read books or watch motivational content. But knowledge without the right environment rarely turns into action. Growth accelerates when you observe high achievers in motion. You witness how they think, how they decide, how they respond under pressure. Their habits quietly become a blueprint for your own progress. Your social circle is either your greatest asset or your greatest liability. It is either lifting you higher or anchoring you in place. Ask yourself honestly, do the people around you push you to improve, or do they encourage comfort? Do they challenge your ambition, or subtly discourage it? These questions are uncomfortable, but necessary. If your current environment does not align with the life you want to build, change becomes essential. This does not require cruelty or rejection. It requires intention. You must be deliberate with your time and energy. You owe it to yourself to be surrounded by people who inspire you, challenge you, and demand excellence by example. One of the most powerful ways to elevate your environment is through mentorship. A mentor has already walked the road you are trying to navigate. They shorten the learning curve. They expose blind spots. They hold you to higher standards than you might set for yourself. Seeking guidance is not weakness. It is wisdom. Every great achiever stands on the shoulders of those who came before them. If direct mentorship is not available, immerse yourself in excellence through books, seminars, masterminds, and communities where growth is the norm. Create proximity to high standards. The closer you stand to greatness, the faster you grow. Energy is contagious. Negativity spreads, but so does ambition. Spend time with motivated people and you feel energized. Stay too long around defeatist thinking and you feel drained. This is no accident. The emotional climate of your environment shapes your internal state. Winners understand this. That is why they choose their associations carefully. Greatness is rarely achieved alone. It is forged among individuals who refuse to settle. Your success is your responsibility. You control your environment. You decide who has access to your time, attention, and influence. Choose wisely, because elevating your circle elevates your standards, and elevated standards lead inevitably to success. Step 5. Take massive action. Most people fail not because they lack knowledge, but because they never execute. They prepare endlessly. They plan, visualize, and analyze. But when it is time to step forward, they hesitate. They wait for certainty. They wait for confidence. And in that waiting, dreams remain trapped in imagination. High achievers operate differently. They do not wait for permission. They do not wait for perfect conditions. They move decisively, knowing that action creates clarity. Motion builds momentum. Momentum builds mastery.